Hello. I've got a story for you. This was my favorite story when I was a kid. It's called East of the Sun and West of the Moon, and it's a Scandinavian fairy tale. It's pretty similar to a lot of fairy tales. You've got a bear trading wealth to a farmer for his youngest daughter. You know, they run away, go to his castle, and every night a man comes in to sleep with her. This is him right here. And he's actually the polar bear. And he comes in every night to sleep with her, and she doesn't know what he looks like, so she thinks he's a troll. She goes home to visit her family because she's so lonely in the castle with only a polar bear and some random guy who sleeps with her at night. So the polar bear warns her, don't talk to your mother because she's sneaky. But she talks to her mother anyway, and her mother gives her a candle to look at the man who sleeps with her. The next night, she lights up the candle and looks at him, and she figures out that he's smoking hot. So she gives him a smooch, because that's what most people would do in that situation. And then 3 drops of wax drop on his chest, and he wakes up. And he's like, why did you do that? Now I have to go to the castle east of the sun and west of the moon and marry this witch with a nose that's 3 L's long, which is 3 feet long. And you could try to get there, but there's no way to get there, so goodbye. Next morning, she wakes up in the woods wearing rags that she came in, and she starts on her journey. She meets 3 hags, one that gives her a golden apple, one that gives her a golden carding comb, one that gives her a golden spindle, and directs her to the east wind. The east wind doesn't know how to get there, and neither does the west wind, nor does the south wind. But when they take her to the north wind, he's like, yeah, I know how to get there, let's go. So they huff and puff, all the way to the castle, meanwhile tearing up villages and destroying forests and drowning sailors, which doesn't seem very responsible to me. So they get there and he chucks her on shore. She begins to play with the golden apple, and sure enough, the troll comes out who has the long nose, which is really cool. And I always wish I had it because there's like rings and stuff on it. I always wanted to put rings on my nose, and I thought that would be cool. Anyway, so she's playing with the apple, and the troll wants it, and she offers all kind of riches, but she says, I only want to go up and see the prince tonight. And the troll says, okay, but when the girl gets up there, the prince is asleep. The next day, the same thing with the carding comb, and the next day, the witch offers her the same thing for the spinning wheel. Meanwhile, there were some poor people who were locked in the castle because they're poor, and they told the prince, hey, those last 2 nights there's been a girl crying by your bed, and you better be awake this time because she's going to be back. So the troll comes with her sleeping draught, and the prince pretends to drink it, but he doesn't really. So then they meet, and it's very romantic, and blah, 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 and they make plans for the next day. Basically, no trolls can clean, but the trolls don't know that. So the prince goes and he takes a shirt that has the 3 drops of wax on it, and he says to the troll princess, I can't have a wife that can't clean, so if you can't clean this shirt, you can't be my wife, and anyone who can be. So she scrubs and scrubs, and the more she scrubs, the blacker it gets, and her mom does it, and all the other trolls try, and he's like, well, why don't we ask that girl? And so the girl comes up, and she washes it, and as soon as she touches it, it's white as driven snow. All the trolls explode because they're so angry. They go and they rescue the poor people, and they steal all the gold and silver, and then they leave. And that's the end. All right, bye.